Before we start, I like to give a who shout out to all my Patreon members. All credit goes out to them as it's their support that is helping me create these videos. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment to FMSCOUT's YouTube page. Peace and enjoy the videos. But the biggest shout out to Julian Klungerbolt. I hope I said your name right. Please tell me I said your name right. But for your big donation of £50 is much appreciated. I love you for that. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to FMSCOUT's YouTube channel. It is RDF, and today we're going to be looking at a tactic. Yes, we're going to be testing a tactic created by Nap. For all of Nap's tactics, you can go and check the description. We have a Nap tactics table on FMSCOUT's website. Also, the direct link for this tactic will be downloadable too. This one is called the 4-1-3-1-1 Tequila Sunrise. It is easily by far my favorite tactic. Just a few months ago, I used to use this tactic every single save, every single season. But enough of that. Anyway, we're going to be talking about this excellent tactic. It is mainly used for the lower league teams or the teams that are not expected to do very well in the league. For this season, for this test, we're going to be using Stade Rennes. I think, yeah, they're predicted to finish 7th. But as you can see, we actually won the league. And to be honest with you, it's probably one of the easiest league victories I have ever had for a team that's not predicted to do so well. I mean, anything in the top 3 I would have been happy with. After about the first 10 games, I was thinking, hold on, something is a bit fishy here. We're winning too easily, we're winning too much. But we are going to look at the tactic. Yes, it is a 4-1-3-1-1. It's asymmetric. Again, not the most popular choice with people, but it works. So we're just going to have a quick look at the player roles. In goal, we have a sweeper keeper on defend with a couple player instructions. He is instructed to take fewer risks and to tackle harder. For the wing backs, they are on automatic. So if you do use this tactic and you change the mentality to control or whatever you choose, please bear in mind that your wing back's mentality or duties will change too. But they also have some player instructions. They have pass it shorter, so they play more safe, the less direct and less risky. They cross from the byline, so we're asking them to get to the byline before making a cross, rather than crossing it from deeper areas. Shoot less often. We want to try and work the ball into the box. We don't want to take regular long shots. Sit narrower is on the left back. He is going to be more cautious when we are in possession. Hopefully this can minimize any counter-attacks against us. Close down more. We want them to be more aggressive in winning the ball. We want their starting positions to be a little bit higher up than normally. And then finally, tackle harder. Be a little bit more aggressive in your tackles. For the centre-back pairing, Nap has chosen 2 central defenders. This is about taking the least risk as possible. It's all about defending first. So for the central defenders player instructions, Nap has them pass a short in to keep better possession and also take fewer risks to keep better possession again, and just to be a little less direct from the defence. In the defensive midfield position, we have the ball winning midfielder on support. He will be trying to break down any attacking threat, but he will also be key from when we are building at the back, as we are asking him to drop a little bit deeper when the keeper is in distribution of the ball. So you would notice when we're playing at the back, he acts a little like a playmaker, not completely of course, but he acts like a playmaker in that he will come deep to collect ball, give angles and give the option for a pass for your teammates. But he has the passer shorter, take fewer risks. He also dribbles less, so when he is on the ball, he is going to be looking for that safe pass straight away. He's not going to be trying to play the Hollywood pass, and he is not going to be trying to dribble his way further forward. He's simply just going to pass it to the more creative players. We've got him shooting less for the same reasons as the wing backs. And now we are tight end marker for the ball winning midfielder. Anyone that comes in his area, we want him to be marking tighter to them, closing them down, trying to get the ball so we can be on the front foot. In central midfield, we have the Mezzala. There is no player instructions, but as you know, the Mezzala already has a few, like get further forward, stay wider, move into channels and roam from position. This player will be very, very key to your team as he is offering a lot of movement in your midfield, as your ball winning midfielder will be fairly static when it comes to attacking movement. Your Mezzala will give something very, very different. He will be a little bit of a headache for teams to defend against, as he won't be just operating in one position. He will be moving about, looking for pockets so he can affect the game. For the two wingers, they have identical instructions. They have pass it shorter, shoot less often, mark tighter and tackle harder. This is going to pin back the opposition's wing backs or full backs, whatever they choose to play. And we're going to make it difficult for them to be involved in the game. For the attacking midfielder, he has no player instructions. He just simply has get further forward. So we're asking him to do typically what an attacking midfielder does, and that is to get into the box, try and craft out any chances for his forwards, alongside being a presence in the box to supplement the attack. And finally, up top, we have the pressing forward on support. Usually this will be a big guy trying to hold up the ball, bring other players in, so he will be good at bringing the wingers involved in the game alongside the attacking midfielder on the attack duty. And when we are working the ball into the box, this is also another great role for us because he will be holding up the ball, not trying to be a direct player. But saying all of that, I did use shoot more often. Shoot more often is just something that I love in this game. I personally just add it to all my strikers now. It's a go-to instruction. With this, you notice your strikers will take a lot more shots. Of course they are. That is what we're instructing them to do. So with shoot more often, I find that the players find themselves in better shooting options and therefore they will go and shoot more often too. With this instruction, you don't have to have it. I just like it. Niang, he's played 33 games. He scored 26 goals. His shots on target ratio was 58%. So it's not like the instruction actually made him play any worse. If anything, it could have made him play any better. As you can see, he also has 7 player of the match awards. But that's it for the player instructions and roles. We are now going to move on to the team instructions. As you can see, we have the attacking mentality, so we want to be on the front foot, but we're going to start with the attacking width. The attacking width is set to the standard attacking width that comes with the mentality, so it will be fairly wide. Using fairly wide, you will notice you're going to get a lot more crosses in, as naturally the players will be positioned out in wider areas, so the ball will find those players quite often. Having good headers of the ball in your team will be a huge bonus. Approach play, we're going to pass it into space. So when we're approaching the final third, we're going to be looking to pass the ball into space, speed up the tempo just a little bit and add a few more risky passes. We are going to be overlapping on the flanks, so we're going to be instructing our wingers to hold the ball a little bit more often, allowing the wing backs to get further forward. With the much lower tempo here, I feel that this works a treat, because I feel that overlapping on the left and the right will decrease the tempo and the risk taken from your advanced wingers, but will increase the directness and the tempo of your deeper wide players. And as you can see, the wingers are already on attack, so they'll be fairly direct already. And I think overlap will just tone that down, but will make our wing backs more adventurous. We have play out from defence, so we are not going to be looking to clear the ball or get rid of the ball when we are in possession in deeper areas. In fact, we are going to be looking to play out of defence. Passing directness is slightly shorter. Originally, it will be slightly more direct, but Nap has it on slightly shorter. Again, we are minimising the risk taken, and also we want better possession of the ball. For the tempo, this is much lower tempo, so we're going to be slowing the pace down when we have the ball, asking players when they have the ball to make the better decisions rather than having to think very quickly. In the final third, Nap has instructed for low crosses. I feel low crosses actually works very well with work ball into the box, and Nap has both of those instructions. He also has work ball into the box, which after a while teams just sat back and it was hard for us to break teams down. I started getting a few draws, so I just removed this instruction towards half of the season and voila. Nap also has run at the defense, so rather than looking for the pass straight away, you do have the option to take the ball into more advanced areas. We're now going to move into transition. When the possession has been lost, Nap has clicked counter press. So when the ball has been lost, we're going to try and win the ball back to be on the front foot. And when possession has been won, we're going to be looking to counter, get our players in advanced positions. When the goalkeeper is in possession of the ball, we're asking them to try and distribute it to the fullbacks. The fullbacks then should have a few options to play the ball. Nap has player at defense, so already this will instruct my midfielders mainly to drop deep. So whilst they're dropping deep and we distribute the ball to the wing backs, they should now have a few options to pass to. They can easily give it to one of the centre backs. They can easily pass it ahead of them to the wingers. Or on the left hand side case, they have the Mezzala to play to, as the Mezzala will drop deep. And on the right hand side, he will have the ball winning midfielder to pass to, as he will be dropping deep in order to collect the ball as well. Out of possession, this is what it looks like. So he's gone with the offside trap alongside the much higher line of engagement and the much higher defence line. As you can see, we are asking our defence to defend around the halfway line. So really the opposition only has their half of the pitch to try and play in, whilst we have 10 of our outfield players in and around that area. This will be very, very difficult for any team to play against if you are using it correctly. All of these instructions will make it very, very difficult for the oppositions to do anything in their own half. Also very dangerous for them, because if they do lose the ball, then we'd have many off the ball runners into advanced areas, and hopefully we can capitalize off that. The defense width is on standard, so this is something that you can actually tweak yourself. If you notice, hey, a lot of the opponent's play is coming down the middle, so easily just shift the defense width to narrow. But if you're getting beaten out wide way too often, or the opposition is having a lot of joy down the flanks, then defensive width out to wide will be a good option. Offside trap was removed all season. I must admit, I don't like offside trap really unless I have very, very top defenders with good teamwork, concentration and positioning. Otherwise, without those high mentals, for me, offside trap is actually very, very risky. It's something that I just don't use unless I feel I need to use it. In this case, I didn't feel I needed to use it, so I removed it. Get stuck in was always on, but like work ball into the box, it then got removed around halfway of the season because my players started getting a little bit more tired. Of course, that is natural. They started to play a lot more games, so I removed this because it just drops the intensity down a little, and it also minimizes the risk of my players getting injured going into hard tackles. As you can see, Stade Reims played 38. We won 29 of those games. We drew 7, which was fairly disappointing as 5 of those 7 were actually at home. And then we lost 2 games all season. A 2-0 away loss to PSG, no embarrassment. And a 2-1 away defeat to Strasbourg, which is a little bit more embarrassing considering they can be getting relegated. Now looking at the stats for the league, as you can see, we have the best clean sheets in the league. We managed to get 23 clean sheets from 38 games, so very, very solid at the back. Tackles won ratio, this is something very, very interesting because I don't think I've actually seen a very, very high tackle won ratio, but here we are. 86% of our tackles were won. That is very, very excellent and very, very key to our success. We did make a few fouls though, higher than usually, but again, that is going to happen when you're using a very high pressing intensity alongside get stuck in. We only conceded 2 goals from corners all season. Dribbles per game were ranked 3rd, only 1 behind first place and second place with 17 dribbles per game. Fouls against, we got fouled 445 times, again fairly high. We're 7th with the best conversion rate, but that's just 1% behind the team that is 1st. We have the most shots on target. That is very, very good to know. We have a very, very high shots on target ratio. We also created 117 chances. That is very, very, very high. We scored 13 goals from corners, so you can see that The corner routine on this tactic clearly works very well. We completed 402 crosses all season, again a very high number, alongside having a 24% cross completion ratio. So as you can see, crosses is very key, so it is a huge bonus to have very good headers in your team. We scored the most goals in the league also, which is no surprise, alongside having 53% average possession, so that's actually fairly good. We have the top goal scorer in the league with Niang scoring 25 goals. He also came second with the average minutes per goals. He took the most shots within the league, so like I said, that shoot more instruction will get your strikers to shoot more, of course. But as you can see, he also has a good minutes per goal ratio, so he is benefiting from it too. He's 8th in the conversion rate. He has a 17% conversion rate. Not many players actually have a better conversion rate than Niang. Rafinha has the most assists with 16. He is the right midfielder. Alongside Traore, the right back, he has 10 assists. And I can't say this guy's name. I don't even want to butcher it. My central midfielder, very good player by the way, has 8 assists. When it comes to key passes, Eduardo Camavinga is there. He played as the ball-winning midfielder, but he's still playing the key passes. So like I said, that ball-winning midfielder can act as a playmaker at some times. When it comes to chances created, that very good central midfielders whose name I can't pronounce is there with the most created chances with 20. Traore is also on that list with 17, not far behind. And finally, when it comes to key headers, you can see that the striker is very key. He's going to be recipient of all these key crosses coming in, so it is actually very key that he's good in the air. As you can see, he has a heading of 12, bravery of 12, strength of 16, and his jumping reach is 13, alongside being 6'2", so he can be a monster in the air at times. If he had better heading, then maybe he would score a little bit more, but that is something I am not complaining about because he scored a fair amount of goals already. When it comes to the squad stats, you can see that Niang scored the most goals. He was the striker. Yan Gobho, Yan. You know what? Just Yan. I'm just going to call him Yan. 19-year-old. Very good player. I'm actually going to look at him for my future saves. But as an 18-year-old, he scored 13 goals in the attacking midfield. Rafinha was also a key player for us, alongside Del Castillo and our centre-backs. If I just click the average rating, you can see here, part of the wingers, the central midfielder and a centre-back are the key areas. The wing-backs will get you very good ratings too if they are very good attacking wise. As you can see, this player likes to get into the opposition area, so he's very attacking. He hasn't got the worst crossing, so that explains why he done so well attackingly. I'm very disappointed by the average rating because I am Rennes. I'm predicted to finish 7th and I won the league. But you wouldn't think that I won the league by looking at my average rating. You would actually think, looking at this is like a 5th, 6th position average rating. This is what it would look like when you finish 5th or 6th. It's crazy to me. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Alongside my goalkeeper having the most clean sheets in the league, he actually has a fairly poor rating. 24 clean sheets and he can't even get a 7 average rating. Also quickly, if you want to talk about training, I recommend everyone to use Cardoni's training sessions. It's very well thought out. The thought process behind it is absolutely amazing. I advise all of you to go and check it out. I know I have some training guides myself, but I'll also like to promote Cardoni's because I feel they are excellent. One thing I also do use now is the rest. With rest, I don't ask anyone to do any pitch or gym work until they are around 90% condition. That is when they are allowed to do any pitch or gym work. I feel this helps when you are expected to play a lot of games. So if you're in European competitions as well, this is a very good tool to use. You will notice that when your players are below 90, so when it comes to match day and it gets to like 80-89% condition, you will notice your players will have a little sign next to the name that says rest, and that should tell you, hey, this player is not fit enough to play this game. But that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I loved playing this save. I'm just going to quickly skim through some results now. But please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment to FMSCOUT's YouTube page. Also, don't forget to check out Nap's table, his tactic table. He has got some excellent tactics. Don't forget to join our Discord channel as well for some discussions. This can be tactical discussion, player discussions. It can even be talking about football in real life. It doesn't matter. You are welcome. We love you all. Please stay safe. Peace, y'all. See you soon.